should roll me up a blunt. I'm starving. I don't know how I'm supposed to look with this.
Yeah. You fine.
I don't even feel it. No, put that one on. Like, put that one numb. So, like, after like a good 2-3 days. Réalise pas grand choix encore. Il n'y a pas de choix.
You know what?
I like this dangerous too.
Saturday night, some 12,000 people hit the streets, but knock on wood, very little vandalism.
Norkers stood tall on Saturday night when Nork could have saw another rebellion like in 1967.
The public safety director says the city's residents made their presence known and told agitators to leave. No, they won't burn our city, Tracy. You damn right they won't.
At one point, they flattened the police car tire.
But I feel like that thing would have been 100 bodies, if not more, bro. But I'm glad the people came out, because Newark cannot be burnt down again, bro.
Square, and that is where we continue our coverage with Omni News reporter Safan Kim. Safan.
Well, it has been another day of two halves. At night, the city has devolved into violence and looting. During the daytime, peaceful demonstrators in massive numbers have turned out to make sure their voice isn't being drowned out. Foley Square wasn't big enough to contain the anguish, not large enough to contain the pain. Thousands of peaceful demonstrators filling Lower Manhattan, spilling out onto the street. All the voices of frustration with police have been loud, some finding silent ways to force reflection. Then there was the collision of Black Lives Matter and COVID, where a pandemic intersects with a protest of police brutality. This image of Nurse Sarah Mount perhaps capturing the unprecedented moment we now find ourselves in.
Cops, when it comes to police brutality, are the most armed by far any public servant professional out there, and yet there's no excuse when it comes to killing or any police brutality of someone that's unarmed.
Hundreds marched south towards the Brooklyn Bridge, only to face off with cops redirecting them away, before thousands then marched uptown, up Broadway, past the destruction in Soho that has consumed the night.
To those that are doing violent things, don't use George Floyd and Eric Garner as props.
Eric Garner's mother, meanwhile, in Foley Square, backing a police reform bill being introduced in the city council, which would make it illegal for cops to use chokeholds, whether by an arm or knee.
We want a federal law that it will go around the country, and anytime anyone uses a chokehold, they are immediately locked up and charged.
Our bill will cover any action that restricts breathing.
Now, the Speaker is promising a vote on this bill by the end of this month, and he's also calling on Governor Cuomo to sign it as well.
What happened?
They're doing something about it.
Do you know what
They say the bill should pass by the end of the month. We'll see how that goes. This is a matter. Was talking about how Trump was irresponsible because you can't ignite more excitement after all this is going on. Like, I don't understand this man, bro. But I'm saying, like, as far as like running the country, right? Bill Cosby. Why I'm always mentioning Bill Cosby? Shout out to Bill Cosby, man. As far as like Trump running the country, like he has to run it right. Like the proper way to run it is like this. He's not messing up too much. He's being himself. We're not ready for that. The people that voted for him wasn't ready for that. They knew he wasn't that good, but they didn't think he was this bad. You get what I'm
You
saying?
don't know how the person is until
Exactly. Like, bro, America signed a relationship commitment to Donald Trump. And unfortunately, Donald Trump been cheating. That's what it's looking like, okay? That's just how it goes. Weekend. You hate that. I think that's what gets you hot when I say that.
Wow.
I like saying that when I want to get you hot, more hot. Especially when I know you finna get hot and you talking about you not mad.
You know when a female mad when this and then I'm mad.
I'm not a politician. I'm not in no form or shape somebody that understands everything about politics and none of that. But I'm really appalled right now at a lot of my peers and some of my celebrity friends that coming out with the statements of why y'all burning down our businesses and why y'all going through Target and doing Target this way and why y'all doing all these corporations this way and this is not the way to be heard. And it's just like, number one, I just feel like it's crazy. First and foremost, if you haven't gone outside and been out there if you haven't gone outside and stood around and been hot in the sun and gone outside and been next to everybody and understand the pain and the hunger that this is going through, then you shouldn't really be saying anything. You shouldn't have nothing to say. There shouldn't be anything that you're saying right now. I don't condone looting. I'm not sitting here telling everybody go outside and loot. As a matter of fact, I'm telling you, go outside and be safe. Protest peacefully. Protest peacefully in a humane way.
Civilian double it up and make you can.
Just white people out there. It's not just black people out there. It's white people out there. It's everybody out there, bro. Like, it's everybody out there. So I'm telling you is you cannot be mad, especially that are going through real pain right now, that are going through real suffering.
Trump first got elected and all this type of stuff. Let's reignite that. And because make no mistake about it, we're under medical martial law right now. Okay? We're under medical martial law. They're looking for a real martial law to happen. They need an excuse to send in National Guard and all this type of stuff to take. There are people that are paid agitators that are out there right now who are doing certain things that...
I just want to say one thing, and I fully support the protests. I fully support the cop getting the death penalty, what happened to George Floyd. But in the anger of this moment, a lot of stores that are being looted and destroyed are small independent stores. Some of them black-owned, some of them minority-owned, female-owned.
And they knew that would happen. Because all the big stores got the insurance. They're going to be okay.
Yeah, good.
Right. And the argument is, well, that store has insurance. But I can tell you an actual story from a store.
What kind of business
That I frequent myself. It's a sneaker store in LA called Riff. Riff LA is an independent consignment shop, kind of like a flight club. And they just got hit. And they explained on Twitter how they've gotten similar situations, vandalism before, and ultimately the insurance company pays them about 20% of what actually gets lost. So they're like, you have $1 million loss, you get $200,000 back from the insurance after about 6 months.
Is that sneaker store on Melrose?
No, it's actually downtown LA.
Okay. Because
downtown LA.
Because a friend of mine, shout out to my man Five Mike, he told me a story about he was going to get some Jordans or something the other day with a big line. He's out there 8 in the morning or some shit, Melrose and Fairfax. Kind of some sneaker store that, you know, the type of shit what you talking about, that be having exclusive shit or whatever. They be having lotteries and all that type of shit.
Powering on.
He said he was out there like 8 in the morning.
Paired.
He said he's seen a white lady with a Black Lives Matters t-shirt on, but as he looked at her, he see that she had like a lav mic or some shit on. You know what I mean? Like some sort of walkie-talkie deal going on. Like, and he was like, yo, like that. He said it struck him something funny. And she said, and then later on in the day, there was some riot shit, like right over there, like some crazy shit. You dig what I'm saying? Like, I don't support. I support the idea of
What you want me to do?
supporting this, but I don't support this contrived what might be some George Soros paid for whatever the fuck is going on right now. I'm telling you, this is not of the people. This is not organic of the people. This is something that they need to pass laws and for sound bites and for media and shit like that to make it seem like shit is so crazy that, yo, we have to quell all this shit. We're gonna have to. I'm telling you, man, like, this is what they've been going for a long time. Like, I'm gonna even take it as far as, and I hinted at this before, it's to the point where I'm not, again, I don't even know if that shit even happened with George Floyd. Yes, I said it. Okay? Because the same way, remember they took that footage of me with the red shit and turned it blue? And, man, bro. All the world's a stage, and all the men and women merely play it. That's not just some Shakespeare fly shit that he said. That's some real shit, bro. Do not trust everything that you think you saw, especially when certain people give it to you. Maybe it did happen, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Well, at a club for like mad years as bouncers, if a motherfucker was on your neck about to kill you, and you know this motherfucker, you be like, yo, Derek, get the fuck off me. Like, I'd be so fucking mad. Yo, fuck off me, Derek.